Hey guys, Abby here. This video is all about Fl4k's pet bugs that I've experienced while playing Borderlands 3. If you guys have any additional ones that I don't mention in this video, definitely put them down in the comments below. I'd be interested to see what you've encountered, but here are my 3 bugs. The first one I've seen is where Fl4k's pet actually gets revived when Fl4k gets a kill when you're not wearing the Friendbot class mod. So the Friendbot class mod has a perk that will revive your pet when Fl4k gets a kill. But if you're not wearing that class mod, sometimes your pet will still get revived, and I'm not sure why. There's nothing in the skill tree or the class mod or anything else that says that your pet will get revived when you get a kill. So as you can see, it happens here on stream. I don't know why it happens or what causes it or how to really diagnose that, but it tends to happen to me quite often, and it'll be random where sometimes it'll happen, sometimes it won't. And I haven't respec'd or put the Friendbot class mod on in probably days on this character. So it's not because I had the class mod on and then I took it off right before I started the slaughter shaft. The second bug that I've seen with Fl4k's pets, and I'm sure you guys have experienced this too, is where the pet just stops moving. I believe that this is a glitch caused by reviving your pet. If you revive him in a location, the pet will just stay in that location unless you have Gamma Burst to move the pet around. However, the pet will not attack anything that's outside of that radius, and the pet will pretty much just stay in one spot and not move around. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of this bug because I scoured through a bunch of my Twitch streams, but I couldn't find anything. I haven't really had this bug since I started using the spider ant, but I've also been running really tanky pet builds, so I feel like my pet doesn't die as much and I don't revive my pet as much. So maybe that's why I'm not experiencing the bug as much as I was before. But there is a fix for this bug if it does happen to you. All you have to do is make sure that none of your skills are on cooldown. You go into your menu, into your skill tree, and equip a different pet from a different skill tree. It doesn't matter which one, it can just be the base pet. Go out of your menu and then go back in and re-equip the pet that you're using. That'll despawn the pet, spawn in the new one, and then despawn and spawn in your old one. So it's kind of a way to reset the pet. And that seems to work for me whenever I have that issue. The third bug is a little bit more in depth and something that most people probably wouldn't even realize, but I did realize this a long time ago when I had my horn skag and I was just kind of playing around with Gamma Burst in Sanctuary, and I noticed that I had almost a 5-minute cooldown on my Gamma Burst. At base, you're supposed to only have 30-second cooldown on your Gamma Burst, and then plus all of your skill cooldowns, your kill cooldowns, all of that stuff contributes to a faster cooldown rate. So as you can see from the footage, this was in Slaughter Shaft. I just went in, I let my pet just do its thing and let her go. Because I have the Red Fang class mod on, which taunts the enemies, I was able to just kind of sit back and watch, let her run out the length of the Gamma Burst because she can't die during it, and then afterwards letting her die, and then timing my cooldowns to see how much time it was until my next Gamma Burst. And as you can see, my Gamma Burst is about 29 seconds long, and that's not including any extra kills along the way. And my cooldown is around 9 seconds, which is really good actually. And I don't have many action skill cooldown rates, only my Guardian rank. Now in the Gamma Burst skill tree, it states that when you bring your pet back to life using Gamma Burst, it will bring your pet back with 30% health, but also double the cooldown time. So from a base cooldown of 30 seconds, doubled, that's a minute. Since my base cooldown is 9 seconds and some change, it ends up being about 18 seconds. However, if you start reviving your pet this way over and over, you're going to see that cooldown time double and double and double and double, and it is really crazy. It can get really high, especially if you don't have a low cooldown timer like I do. But for me, you can see here that it went from 9 to 18 and then just up and up and up. I got it all the way up to over a minute and a half cooldown time. And then I started getting where my pet would actually be back before my cooldown time was finished counting down. So this bug can be really damaging to Fl4k, to Fl4k's pet builds to your damage, because when your pet is dead or not in Gamma Burst, you're not going to be able to use those anointments for Gamma Burst. You're not going to get your elemental damage, your health regen. It's just really bad news overall for Fl4k players. So hopefully they fix this soon. Again, none of this testing was super scientific. I just ran it and just kept reviving my pet when she was dead, just to see how high I could get the cooldown rate up. So I do believe it's stacking. I don't know if it's perfectly stacking double every time, but something's going on here and it definitely needs to be fixed. This is one of my last cooldowns here that I did while I was testing, and it goes on forever. And it's really tough because I was trying to avoid all the enemies. As you can see, my spider ant is just in the process of bleeding out at this point, and we're still going on the cooldown. That bar on the bottom right side where you can see your Gamma Burst coming back is going so slow. It's just inching along. And it ended up being about 1:32, which is crazy when you realize that my base cooldown is 9 seconds. Couldn't really find an easy way to reset the cooldown on this. You just kind of have to use your kill skills and your critical hits to reduce the cooldown timer to get it back to an acceptable range. Alright guys, I just wanted to bring to light, some of the bugs that are going on with Fl4k, some of the stuff that I've seen in-game. Like I said, if you have any other bugs that you've seen, definitely put them in the comments below. If you want to see any of my builds or anything in action, or just come hang out, ask some questions, be part of the community, you can check me out on twitch.tv/abbyhour. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Glad to have you back.